Hey guys, I had an unexpected thing happen. I tasted my third sour beer that I did almost about 2.5 years ago, and it previously had a lot of acetone, and I thought it was starting to get some meaty flavors. Well, I tasted it today, and it tasted pretty good. So I'm actually going to um, sample it a little bit on camera and try blending it with my other sour beer. We'll see how it goes. I'm blending in these plastic beakers that have 10 milliliter increments just so that I can get the blend correct. Okay, this is about 10 milliliters of my Goose sour ale and 10 milliliters of the acetone sour beer. About a 50-50 blend. Let's see how it is. A lot of lemon, sour smells, a little bit of funkiness. Perhaps a little bit of higher alcohols. Very tart, very sour, very drying on the palate. A little bit of lemon, a lot of lemon actually, and maybe just a touch of cranberry. The oak is subdued from the other, the Goose. I put a lot of oak in that one, so the oak is not coming through as much with it blended with this third sour beer that I brewed with the Russian River Temptation only dregs. There's no oak in that, so I'm going to try a 1-to-2 ratio, 1 with the Russian River Temptation, 2 with the Goose, so it'll be about 10 milliliters of the Russian River Temptation, 20 milliliters of the Goose. Smell is very clean. There's not quite enough beer to get a good aroma off of it, I think, but you get a little bit of sourness for sure, a little bit of funkiness. Perhaps a slight bit of higher alcohols. Okay, so this blend is a little bit nicer. More of the fruit flavors coming forward from the Goose. It's a better beer. But the Russian River Temptation, 1 gallon batch that I still have left, it adds a little bit of complexity, I think. Maybe a little bit more acetic character, which I think gives it maybe a little more complexity. Gives it a richer flavor in the middle of the palate, deeper, a little more mouthfeel because of the unfermented maltodextrin that's currently in it. It still finishes nice and dry, so this 1-to-2 ratio seems to be good. I'm going to try the Goose by itself and see if that's even better, if I should not blend at all. So here is the Goose. I'm not going to give a full description on it, but you get more oakiness in the aroma. The other beer, when you blend it 50-50, the oak isn't there as much. This smells better. Yeah, I do think that the blend is actually better. I still have some of this Goose. I'm doing a Solaris, so I get 2 gallons every 6 months. Take 2 gallons off, bottle it, replace 2 gallons in my fermenter. It's a 5-gallon fermenter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1 gallon. This is what I plan on doing anyway. Take this 1 gallon of the Russian River Temptation only dregs, or Russian River Temptation only dregs sour beer, and blend that with 2 gallons of the Goose. I might try to oak that to get a little more oak flavor in there, because I think that balances really well with this style of beer. So big surprise for me, the acetone seems to be going away. That's actually ethyl acetate, which can be caused by Acetobacter or Brettanomyces. There probably was some oxidation going on in the beer at some point, so it could be Acetobacter. I'm not getting a whole lot of vinegar or acetic character. There is a little more acetic character in it, but I think that overall it gives the beer more complexity, at least when it's blended. I'm going to go ahead and taste that one on its own as well. Okay, just poured a small sample of the Russian River Temptation only dregs, one that I thought had a lot of acetone before. Maybe I was tasting something different. Maybe it was higher alcohols, but it seemed like paint thinner or nail polish remover. So I don't know why it's going away. Another weird thing, these sour beers just change a lot over time. You don't really know how they're going to be from one year to the next. So cheers, let's give it a try. Now see, the paint thinner is a little bit on the nose still when it's by itself. Just a touch though, it's just a touch of the solvent aromatic. When I blend it with the other one, that tends to go away. Now, ethyl acetate has a fairly high threshold as compared to other esters I've read in at least one article, so blending can cut it back enough where your palate may not be able to pick it up. On its own, it's a lot less sour than the Goose. It's actually pretty pleasant though. A little more acetic character. Not a whole lot of funk, but maybe just a touch more funk than the Goose has. I would prefer if there was a little more. But I think that the character of this beer will blend really well with the Goose. So that's going to be my next project. I won't be able to do that until July, so we won't have an update on this until then. And until then, guys, cheers, and good luck with sour brewing.